Hello everyone, my name is Rolf Trond and I welcome you to ChangeCockpit Copilot Edition. ChangeCockpit Copilot Edition is a free extract from the full Change Cockpit. The full Change Cockpit consists of all other Microsoft 365 workloads, and normally we announce there around 120 to 130 changes every month. So this is only about changes which are rolling out this and the following month, and this also applies to the following changes regarding Copilot. So let's start with Microsoft 365 Copilot changes for this month. Let's go on with Microsoft 365 Copilot unlicensed, so all users who have access to at least the free version of Copilot get these features, and as well the users with the Copilot license, but there will be the next workload will be then the changes only for licensed Copilot users. Word, Excel, PowerPoint will have support for, and OneNote will have support for custom engine agent. So now all Copilot agent types are available in Word, Excel, PowerPoint. So in addition to declarative agents. Outlook can now summarize email using Copilot Chat for BizChat and BizChat Starter. This means even without the Copilot license, you can ask the Copilot Chat from within Outlook to Outlook Classic to please summarize this one particular email. And the right side panel in Outlook will show to you the last used and admin deployed agents. If you have agents without access to agents without a license, this depends on your pay-as-you-go configuration. Chat will now get session persistence. So as soon as you create or as soon as you add a prompt, then there will be an entry in the navigation pane, so you won't lose any conversations anymore. For the Copilot Chat, there is an update regarding memory and personalization. So there is even a UI for this memory. Copilot will now personalize the responses in chat based on your overall chat history. And if you don't like this, that Copilot gets your overall conversation history and builds memories based on this, you can turn it off in Copilot settings. There is also a Graph API setting to turn off all these features without disabling Copilot. Then you will be able to create new images in Copilot Chat based on other images. So just upload some images and tell Copilot, please create new images based on these reference images. That's quite an interesting feature. Educational tenants or edu environments got quite a big announcement from Microsoft, and that's called AI Tools for a License, AI-powered teaching and learning for all. So there are many AI-based tools available for free if you have these AI licenses, and there will be also an additional Copilot for Edu SKU, so license for $18 per user per month, so it will be cheaper for educational environments. There will be AI for learners and educations. They will have a dedicated Teach app inside the Microsoft 365 Copilot apps to create lesson plans, rubrics and flashcards, soon quizzes and Minecraft lessons, and fill in the blanks, some curriculum planning and so on. If you are an educational customer, please have a look at this blog. There are lots of more details regarding this teaching and learning for all. Bring your own Copilot will now be available using multi-account access. Multi-account access is a feature that's available for 4 or 5 months now. So if you have 2 Enter ID accounts, one has a Copilot license, the other does not, then you can access Copilot features using the licensed account and access the currently open document from the unlicensed account. So we can work with Copilot on the document from which is open under the unlicensed account. You can do this using multi-sign-ins. You can add several accounts to Word, Excel, PowerPoint. That was available for Entra ID, so for work accounts, and was enabled by default. You can also disable this feature. Now, Microsoft extends this to Copilot personal subscription. So if your users have a personal subscription, and they are able to log in if you didn't turn this off using policies. As far as I know, there are policies to turn off consumer accounts in your for your clients, and they log in using their personal subscription into Word. They can use their personal Copilot on your work document, but can just relax anyway, because Copilot always remains in the service boundary. So Copilot won't be Copilot consumer. So this document won't be transferred to a Copilot consumer environment where other data protection laws apply. Don't worry about that. Extended data protection will still be retained, so everything stays within your tenant boundaries, even if using Copilot personal subscription. And if you don't like this, then turn off multiple account access to Copilot for work documents policy inside the app's admin center. There is a new capacity pack option to buy from Microsoft 365 Admin Center, which grants you 25,000 Copilot messages per month. This can be used instead of or in conjunction to pay as you go. I assume, I haven't seen prices yet, I assume this will be this will be cheaper than pay as you go, but you have to prepay for this message packs. So these packs can then be assigned to Copilot chat environments within Power Platform Admin Center and provisioned in there, and then the Copilot chat for unlicensed users will then use the prepaid packs before pay-as-you-go will be used. So, and you also get the usage monitoring in Power Platform Admin Center, like total messages consumed, remaining prepaid capacity, and message allocation per environment. Chat will get a billing plan setup update for pay-as-you-go, so you cannot set up pay-as-you-go anymore for Power Platform Admin Center. You need to do this in billing and usage from within Microsoft 365 Admin Center, and all your existing billing plans from Power Platform Admin Center will continue to work, so no worries about that, and you can still manage them there, but new billing policies need to be created from Microsoft 365 Admin Center. Then unlicensed users will now get also access to AI video generation using Copilot and ClipJump, so you can create a video using natural language or add a docx, PPT, or PDF file, even with sensitivity labels applied, as long as they don't have the lock icon. Videos will be created with stock videos as for licensed users and will be editable. Now this isn't a new feature for licensed users, but it will now be made available to unlicensed users from within the Create experience in the Copilot app. Then there is a new update available button. If there is an update available for a Copilot app, click on it and click on Update Now, and you get the newest version. From within Microsoft 365 Admin Center, you can now manage SharePoint online agents as well. You will see them there, and you can view, block, or unblock these agents. Copilot Pages gets version history support, and this will now be accessible, these version histories, from licensed and unlicensed users. Nothing in Overflow. No questions. So next up are all changes regarding Copilot for licensed users. The researcher agent will now get more models. So the researcher agents from within Teams will get OpenAI Deep Reasoning, but now as well Anthropic Claude Opus 4.1. That's an opt-in feature, and from within Copilot Studio there will be an availability for Claude Opus 4.1 and Sonnet 4. That's also opt-in and an external preview. The rollout will be opt-in starting in September 24th. and Opus 4.1 will be available as a Frontier feature. Frontier, you can enable Frontier features. These are very, very early adopter features for AI tools and Copilot, which can be assigned to users or user groups. You can enable user or user groups from Microsoft 365 Admin Center in the Copilot Control Center and add there or enable Frontier users, and they will get access to Opus 4.1. And in Copilot Studio, it's available as preview built in. You can also disable the whole thing. Perhaps you want to do so because all these Claude models are hosted outside the Microsoft managed environments. So if you still want to use them, please check the data processing, regulatory and data processing requirements and what Claude tells you about data processing and how they process all your data. So you can also disable everything from Microsoft 365 Admin Center, Copilot settings, data access, all AI providers for other LLMs, and turn it off from there. Channel agents will now be rolled out in Teams channels. This helps, or these channel agents will be for new channels, they will be automatically added, and for existing channels, you need to add them manually. They will provide you status reporting based on channel conversation, answers to content in channels conversations, and they will also have planner integration. We see this agent here in action. We have this new violet red icon, and now it's, hi everyone, here is the weekly status for the project Moondust. So that this agent created a weekly review or a weekly status report for this channel. There are some limitations, like channel agents may gather and share context that crosses information barriers. If you're using information barriers, that's important. It's best supported by English and it's not supported in private channels. What a surprise. And it's not functional in channels that contain external or guest users. That's also quite an important one. And no customer key support, and processing data from previews can happen outside the EU data boundaries. So that could be a reason to turn it off for EU-based customers until it reaches GA, when this will be granted as well. Knowledge Agent will be available inside SharePoint Online. If you want to know more about all the functionality, that's quite a big agent, then there is the Copilot Deep Dive available from me within Teams, where I explain and also show a demo about the Knowledge Agent. It's also availability as an opt-in public preview, where you need to enable your tenant for this agent. There's now an update for the interpreter licensing. So interpreter is the feature where you can simultaneously or where you can do a live translation of voice from meeting or within meetings. And till now you had 2 hours of interpretation per user, per licensed user per month. Now this will be extended to more than 20 hours. Or to 20 hours, then more than 20 hours are subject to available capacity. So that's luck if it works, but you will be granted, or every user will be granted 20 hours by default. There will be usage monitoring coming in the second quarter of 2026, and there could be an additional purchase option for additional hours in the future. Flow Builder Agent will reach GA, will be included in the Copilot license, will be default on, so you can use the Flow Builder Agent to create Power Automate flows using an agent. GPT-5 model will be the default model for Copilot. It was opt-in by now. Phase 1 will be web and desktop as an auto opt-in, where your users can still opt out. And then the phase 2, that's everything within this rollout time window at the end of October till the whole of November. For web, desktop, mobile, no opt-out possible anymore, so it will switch by default to GPT-5, except Teams Mobile will be a bit behind. They will switch there at the end of November. And it will automatically use GPT-5 reasoning based on prompt complexity, but you can force it using get a quick answer click when it's working. Model Context Protocol-based agent will be available in Agent Stores, Copilot Agent Store, as well in Microsoft 365 Admin Center. Then we have another AI video creator, a major update. So this out of Copilot-based video editing will get now transcript-based editing, so you can change the text within the transcript and the video will be updated accordingly. Replacement of stock media with media from your own OneDrive, like if you have video clips in there which can be used. Update the natural sounding voice options, brand kit integration for colors if you have brand kits in SharePoint Online activate. New scene structure for improved storytelling and redesigned editing interface. This was published under the Microsoft. They tell it's only available to Microsoft 365 Copilot licensed users, but I'm not sure because I just announced before that all these AI video editing capabilities will be available also to unlicensed users. So I wonder if they can distinguish for this particular features between licensed and unlicensed users. Perhaps even unlicensed users get access to all these new features, or I expect it this way because I doubt Microsoft can distinguish between the licensed and unlicensed. Teams channels will be available in Context IQ prompt. So if you are entering a prompt, you can use a Teams channel as dedicated source. So Copilot will only use all contents from this channel when for grounding while answering your prompt. Finally, we will get Delegate Mailbox access from Copilot. That's a long-awaited feature. So we can ask Copilot summarize recent emails in another mailbox. If you have shared or delegate access to this mailbox, this should work soon or should already work. They announced it for the end of September. Or list all the emails around another mailbox. Then we have a new option in Copilot Chat. So as soon as Copilot Chat sees that you are creating an email or you have an email drafting intent, then it will show you the Edit in Outlook button, which will then start Outlook and get the text in there. Meeting preparation in Outlook will be improved or extended. It is now also Copilot meeting preparation is now extended to one-to-one calls. So for all meetings, you will get new real-time insights and chat with Copilot while you are doing your meeting preparation, and you even get suggested prompts in there. Then we have intelligent agenda suggestion, a new option while you creating a draft for a meeting, auto draft an agenda. Just use it and then it will create your agenda. Then summarize email with Copilot Chat. I wonder, I'm very sure I announced this capability as well to unlicensed users around 2 months ago. So I'm quite surprised to see this again and only be announced for Copilot licensed users. I even double-checked this morning if that's still true. So anyway, in this message center post, they state that it's only available to Copilot licensed users, and you can now summarize a particular email using Copilot Chat. I wonder why you should do so when you have a summarize email button on top of the email itself. Anyway, I expect it to be available to unlicensed users as well, and unlicensed users don't have the summarize button. They can only use Copilot Chat from within Outlook and Outlook Classic. Then Copilot is integrated in your Windows File Explorer, OneDrive options. If you right-click on a document which is stored in a OneDrive or SharePoint Online site, which you synchronize using your OneDrive client, you will get these 3 new options: summarize, create an FAQ, and ask a question using the Copilot icon next to it. Copilot in OneDrive Web will get a new Copilot floating button. Unfortunately, I don't have a screenshot for this change, but I think we can somehow imagine it because we have seen many floating Copilot buttons by now. Copilot pages can answer questions to the content or to the Copilot page, which is currently open. And then chat for Teams, chats, channels, calling, and meeting is coming directly as a side pane. So in all these experiences, you have Copilot chat as side pane. Chats, channels, and post meetings and calling recaps will be preview first half of October and standard rollout second half of November. And then afterwards, there is in meeting and in calls first half of December till the second half of January. Then Loop, that's quite a confusing change because Loop gets a Copilot experience update. So they say Copilot experiences Loop will be updated, so it will be the same as for Copilot pages. So this already is quite confusing, at least to me, because as far as I know, Copilot pages is a Loop component. So during this update, a few integrations will be temporarily removed, or this was already applied. So this means they removed some Copilot features from Loop to get ready to upgrade the Copilot experience within Loop. And because they also say upgraded experience is still in development and rollout is to be announced. So this will come at a later date. So if you see Copilot features from Loop disappearing, then at least you know now why. Educational one, Copilot notebooks will be rolled out by default to students, meaning Copilot licensed users from 13 till 17 years old. That's default on, and you could restrict it using Office Cloud Policy Service. It tells me recording has stopped. That would be fun. Perhaps you can see this as well inside chat. Recording has stopped, but I still see the recording button on the upper left corner. Let's hope it didn't stop. Viva Engage gets now agents, or the Viva Engage answers gets agents inside Viva Engage communities in public preview. So this agent will write a draft to an answer to a question, but only if this question has no best or verified answer yet. Then the agent will write an answer to it, and that's by default on. And you can also switch it to if a review is necessary by Engage community admin, and then it looks like this. You see here the proposed answer, and you can either edit or approve or delete it completely. Copilot Studio gets, you will be able to do an agent ownership reassignment. So if an agent owner left the company, you can reassign this owner. The new owner must have a Copilot license assigned and gets edit and delete permission. This is a two-phase rollout. Phase one is first half of October for Copilot Studio Lite, and afterwards Copilot Studio Full plus M365 Agents Toolkit. Then Copilot Studio gets a new icon. Microsoft didn't tell us what icon or which icon it will be. Anyway, you will get a visual only update. Then we have some new usage intensity metrics inside Microsoft 365 Admin Center for aggregated prompt activity. So that's an updated usage report in the Microsoft 365 Admin Center, as well as the Copilot Analytics will inside Viva Insights web app get a new dashboard. Till now we had the Copilot dashboard, and now we will get an agent dashboard as well. So that's a new dashboard for all your agents and to monitor the agent adoption trends and credit usage. For this agent dashboard to work, you need at least 50 Microsoft 365 Copilot licenses assigned. This was also true at the beginning for the Copilot dashboard, and afterwards they reduced it. Perhaps they will do this as well for the agents dashboard. Copilot Analytics dashboard can be, or the data from there can be exported for users with full company level data access, and user data will be de-identified, so you don't have any user data in the exported data anymore. And then we will get some new graph APIs for agent and app management. If you are eager to do this by PowerShell or Graph API, then just use these new Graph APIs. Watching. Well, feedback is always welcome. If you have any questions, please follow up to me either using Teams or email to rolf@changecockpit.ch. If you would like to see more and all the other workloads, please feel free to sign up on changecockpit.ch or changecockpit.cloud for a free demo. Thanks for watching and see you next time.